Over the past week, the world has been captivated by the news of the missing tourist submersible Titan. According to the US Coast Guard, the vessel suffered a catastrophic implosion, leading to the presumed death of all 5 individuals on board. Now, the question on the minds of many is, how does such an implosion happen? And what kind of impact would it have had on Titan's crew? We'll answer that and more. So stick with me to the end as we provide a basic overview of the physics involved in the incident and the violent consequences associated with it. With that said, let's get started. Well, when Titan, a submarine owned by Oceangate Expeditions, decided to embark on its daring dive to the legendary Titanic wreckage site, it submerged on a Sunday morning with a crew aboard the Polar Prince research ship. However, the sub unexpectedly lost contact just over an hour and 45 minutes later, leaving the Coast Guards puzzled and worried. As the day turned into an unsettling Sunday night, mariners received a distressing message about the missing 21-foot submarine with a distinct white hull. They were informed that it was overdue for its return and provided its last known location, urging nearby vessels to be alert and offer help if possible. Tension filled the air as suspense grew. The marine disappeared in the dangerous North Atlantic, around 900 miles east of Cape Cod. The depths in that area are incredibly deep, reaching 13,000 feet, just like the depth of the Titanic wreck. The fate of the submarine in those harsh waters was uncertain. Recognizing that the air supply on board was running out, international organizations joined forces and intensified their search and rescue operations. Inside the ill-fated submarine were 5 courageous individuals, including Stockton Rush, the CEO of Oceangate Expeditions. The other 4 were mission specialists who had invested up to $250,000 to be part of this extraordinary expedition. People like Hamish Harding, a 59-year-old British billionaire, an explorer, Shahzada Dawood, a British Pakistani businessman, along with his son Suleiman, Paul Henry Nargelet, a French explorer with extensive experience exploring the Titanic, and Stockton Rush, the CEO of Ocean Expeditions, who served as the pilot. All tragically became victims of the implosion. Their destiny remained a mystery for several days, leaving everyone in suspense. However, a significant development occurred when debris was found, shedding light on the situation. In a surprising disclosure, a US Navy official revealed that they had detected an acoustic anomaly consistent with an implosion, shortly after the submarine lost communication. Experts explained that the immense pressure at such depths would have triggered a tremendously powerful implosion, resulting in the rapid destruction of the vessel. So, what could have caused the implosion? It is believed that Titan's hull collapsed due to extremely high water pressure. The submarine was designed to handle such pressure, so experts will investigate what caused the failure. Analyzing the debris can give important clues about what happened. When contact was lost, Titan was about 3,500 meters deep underwater. At that depth, the weight of the water above would be tens of thousands of tons, similar to the weight of the Eiffel Tower. If there was a break in the structure, the pressure outside the hull would be much greater than the pressure inside, causing the vessel to compress. Now, what happens in an implosion? When a submarine's hull collapses, it collapses inward very quickly, at an incredible speed of 1,500 miles per hour, or 2,414 kilometers per hour. To give you an idea, that's like moving 2,200 feet every second. It happens in a fraction of a second, around 1 millisecond, which is 1,000th of a second. In comparison, the time it takes for a human brain to instinctively respond to something is about 25 milliseconds, while a rational response can take around 150 milliseconds. Inside a submarine, there is a significant amount of air that contains hydrocarbon vapors. When the hull collapses, the air ignites by itself, causing an explosion after the initial rapid implosion. As a result, human bodies are instantly incinerated and turned into ash and dust. Now, investigators will likely focus on the carbon fiber middle section of the Titan submarine. Typically, pressure vessels in deep-sea vehicles like this are made of strong metals, such as titanium, and are shaped like spheres to evenly distribute the immense pressure around the passenger area. However, to accommodate more people, the Oceangate sub used a cylindrical shape with a carbon fiber tube inserted between titanium end caps. Carbon fiber is a very strong material used in building airplane wings and racing cars. The question arises, did the extreme pressure at such depths, which is more than 300 times the atmospheric pressure at the sea surface, have an impact on the material? Did it expose flaws in the original construction or create and worsen weaknesses during repeated dives? An investigation would also consider non-destructive testing practices. Aircraft, for example, undergo regular detailed inspections to detect any developing cracks or separation between layers. By photographing the debris of the Titan found on the ocean floor and studying it in a forensic lab, engineers may be able to identify where the submarine's structural integrity was compromised, leading to the catastrophic collapse. The search and rescue efforts. On June 22nd, authorities reported that a Canadian ship called Horizon Arctic had deployed a remotely operated underwater vehicle, ROV, that reached the ocean floor. The ROV successfully found a debris field containing recognizable pieces of the sub. This confirmation came later in the afternoon, according to the authorities. During a news briefing, Rear Admiral Morga of the US Coast Guard stated that the ROV from the Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible about 1,600 feet away from the front of the Titanic on the seafloor. More debris was found later, which experts from the Unified Command determined to be consistent with a catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Families were promptly notified of this sad discovery, and authorities are still working on understanding the timeline of the incident and response. Morga emphasized the complex operating environment of the deep sea, located over 2 miles below the surface. Undersea expert Paul Hankins from the US Navy, during the news conference, shared that 5 significant pieces of debris were discovered, confirming that they were from the Titan sub. The initial finding was the nose cone was located outside the pressure hull. Subsequently, a large debris field was found, including the front end bell of the pressure hull, which indicated a catastrophic event. The Coast Guard will continue searching near the Titanic for more clues about what happened to the Titan. There is no specific time frame for when the search efforts will end, and the possibility of finding or recovering remains is unknown. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada announced that they are launching an investigation into the loss of the Titan, focusing on the cargo vessel Polar Prince. The Polar Prince, a Canadian-flagged ship, served as a mothership for the Titan submersible. The investigation will examine the role of the Polar Prince as a support vessel and conduct a safety investigation into the operation's circumstances. Experts predict that wrongful death and negligence lawsuits are likely to arise in the Titan case, and they may have a chance of success. However, legal actions will face challenges, including waivers that the Titan passengers likely signed, which warned of the various risks associated with the expedition. How much did the search cost? The search operation conducted by the US Coast Guard will be quite expensive, likely costing millions of dollars. In addition to the US Coast Guard, the Canadian Coast Guard, US Navy, and other organizations and private entities also joined in, offering their resources and expertise. This ocean search operation is unique and involves several countries and even commercial enterprises. Just the cost of operating aircraft alone is outrageous. The Pentagon has estimated that the hourly cost of using turboprop P-3 Orion and jet-powered P-8 Poseidon subhunters, along with C-130 Hercules aircraft, is in the tens of thousands of dollars. Some agencies may be able to request reimbursements for their expenses. However, federal law generally prohibits the US Coast Guard from collecting reimbursement for any search or rescue service they provide. Alright guys, that wraps up our video for today. If you found this video informative, please do well to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more.